Hello everyone, welcome to the speed build. I wanted to just kind of sit here and nonchalantly watch the speed build on a slightly slower format than I did on my short form video that I did on this. And because it's a speed build, you really kind of need the whole screen instead of the cut off like vertical version. So it's a little bit more fun to watch this speed build, and then I just kind of wanted to casually talk about Isabelle. I'll probably cover some of the things that I discussed in the short form video, but expand on them a little bit more, and we've had some developments. So I'm gonna just sit here and watch the speed build and talk about Isabelle. I want to chat about the way that the speed build was received because I had some interesting comments and some interesting debate, and I would like to address it. So Isabelle, as we know, especially in Animal Crossing New Leaf, I feel like really favors this green plaid color and pattern. In the Welcome Amiibo update for Animal Crossing, her camper van also has this kind of like green striped wallpaper. So I wanted to kind of keep that as her aesthetic. She's definitely changed that up in New Horizons with her pink Aloha outfit, but I also was thinking about her fall outfit. We also don't have a ton of canonical lore for Isabelle, surprisingly. She's not really like Tom Nook and like the Able sisters and some of the other characters who have been around for the entire franchise, where they have like pretty well fleshed out narrative backstories. Isabelle really has more of just a couple fun facts more than an actual lore. One thing from her lore, though, is that she canonically has 19 engineering degrees. So I wanted to make anything that we had from her lore, I wanted to reference it in this speed build. She has 19 engineering degrees. So that's a lot to put on anyone's wall. She probably, I imagine, wouldn't hang up all of them, especially in the same room, but we're going to. It's like her vacation home is just her place for storage. Another piece of her lore that we have is that she grew up in a cardboard box, but I don't feel like this was a like Oliver and Company, like I was abandoned in a cardboard box, sad little puppy situation. It's more of, I get the vibe that it's like her parents used it as a pack and play. Like she grew up in a cardboard box because her parents needed somewhere to contain her and her brother. She does have a brother. His name is Digby. In Animal Crossing New Leaf, he's in charge of the Happy Home Academy. He doesn't really make as much of an appearance. He doesn't make an appearance at all, really, in New Horizons, which is sad. But if you have his amiibo, you can invite him to have a vacation home, and you can invite him to Harves, you can invite him to the Brewsters, you can invite him to the Roost. So that's Digby. Canonically, when they were growing up, Isabelle liked to steal Digby's shoes to chew on them. So I did give her a pair of slippers in this build so that she can chew on them or she can wear them. And there's that cardboard box. She says that she does keep the cardboard box around just because she finds it nostalgic, and she even like mentions that's kind of embarrassing. Though I'm gonna discuss the elephant in the room. The main comment that I got on every single platform that I posted the short form video on was that Isabelle is canonically married to Doom Slayer. And I made the comment on Instagram, I was like, I don't think you understand what canonical means. Well, I love the Isabelle and Doom Slayer meme, and I brought it up in the short form content. If you're not aware, when Animal Crossing New Horizons released in March of 2020, it shared its launch date with Doom Eternal. And there were a ton of memes that came out about Isabelle and Doom Slayer going around and ripping and tearing and doing all the horrific things, as well as like Doom Slayer catching butterflies and digging up fossils and having a really fun, whimsical life. And they were solid memes. They're really good memes. I highly recommend. They're very funny. They're two characters from the entire opposite end of the gaming spectrum who just happened to share a launch date, and it was really funny. Even the Doom social media fully acknowledged them and encouraged them. That does not mean that Doom Slayer and Isabelle canonically know each other or canonically are married. So people were saying like, look it up, they're married. Look it up. I did look it up. They're not married. The only place where you will find people talking about are Doom Slayer and Isabelle married is in like Reddit comment sections. There's a couple of other content creators who are like, Isabelle and Doom Slayer are married. And just because you keep saying, and not even that, like they said it canonically. They're like, Isabelle and Doom Slayer are canonically married. Just because you keep saying that Isabelle and Doom Slayer are canonically married does not mean that it's true, unfortunately. And people are like downright like, just let us have this. I'm like, no, it's not canon. It's funny. It's not canon. There's an article in The Verge that says Isabelle and Doom Slayer are married and here's what happened at their wedding and this is who attended, and it recaps it. It is parody. It is not canon. And nowhere does it try to say that it's canon. And if it were canon, it would appear in both New Horizons itself and in Doom Eternal. In Doom Eternal, Doom Slayer has a wife and child that you see their picture, and it's not Isabelle. They're not married. While it is a good meme, it's not canon. I don't know how to help you with that. If it's your head canon that they're married, or you can acknowledge that it's like fan canon that they're married, that's not a problem. I'll accept that. I'm not bothered by the concept of them being married. They're not canonically married. You can't just go around and keep saying that they're canonically married. It's the word canonically that's the problem. And it's so many of you coming to me like I'm an idiot and trying to correct me because I called them best friends in the other video. I had never seen them as anything other than friends. And so there's a Verge article, and then there's a bunch of people just yelling and commenting repeatedly that they're canonically married, and that's just not how canon works. So I'm sorry if you're just like playing with me and being like teasing, fine, but they're not canonically married. And that's the problem. Someone also was like, you hate fun. And I'm like, I don't hate fun. I love fun. But don't just go around saying things are canon when they're not canon. I get a bunch of people all the time that are like, oh, like the Tom Nook story isn't canon. Like this isn't real. And I'm like, no, this is. It's just from an older game. I work really hard to make sure my videos are in canon as much as possible. It's an Animal Crossing video. It's not that serious. But when everyone is commenting Doom Slayer and Isabelle are canonically married, it just makes the canon messy. Also, I feel like Isabelle can do better. If you can point me to a place where both Nintendo and Doom have agreed that they are canonically married, show me. I've seen the Doom together last tweet. That doesn't imply a canonical marriage, and also Smash is not canonical in any universe. Super Smash Bros. Is like the House of Mouse of Nintendo. Disney's House of Mouse is not canon, and it gets to exist under the understanding that it's not canon. And Super Smash Bros. Is Nintendo's House of Mouse. All the characters get thrown in, none of them canonically know each other. That's ridiculous. But it's Super Smash Bros. And it doesn't count. And so if you're going to point to Super Smash Bros. As being a place where they're canonically married, that is not canon because it's Smash. If you're going to point to Smash's ultimate final update is a love story, tweets by the Doom Twitter account do not count as canon. If it is not in both of their mainline games, it does not count as canon. This clock, I got some questions about. There's a Nintendo Switch Online app, and you can go into the Animal Crossing section of the Nintendo Switch Online app, and it will give you reward points. I think they're called Nook points for like checking the app every day. And after you get so many points, there's a bunch of items that are mostly themed after Tom Nook that you can redeem, and they'll get sent to your mailbox in the game. The clock is one of them. I love that clock. Absolutely, like, get the Nintendo Switch Online app. If you've also ever seen me emoting on camera and changing from like one emote to another emote seamlessly, I'm doing that on my phone. That's what I use the Nintendo Switch Online app for most of the time, is using my villager like a puppet. So Isabelle has a nice little kitchen. She has a little sitting area with a radio and Happy Home Academy banner for her brother. She has a television in front of her bed. She has a remote work area because while I love her, I don't feel like she relaxes. And everything is just trying to stay in her kind of design language of greens and kind of that nice cozy neutral colors. I really wish Isabelle had more lore. I wish we knew more about her because she watches TV. She has 19 engineering degrees. She has a brother, but like not a lot else. Like I wanted to do a narrative video like I did for Tom Nook and the Able Sisters, and there's just not enough there, which is really sad because I love Isabelle and I want to know more about her. But I hope you enjoyed the speed build. You can debate me in the comments if you would like to. I hope you enjoyed my Isabelle fun facts, and I'll see you all later. Bye-bye.